YouTube friends. I mean, Red Dog likes the lurking YouTube. I don't know why. Maybe he prefers the, I don't know, I think the video encoding experience is a bit better over there. But the way chat works is a lot better over here. But welcome back, YouTubes. Yeah, so we're going to be diving into day 2. Now, I think the game has 7 chapters. We are in 4. So we're probably near the end of 4. So we're probably halfway, over halfway, I reckon. So yeah, we'll probably get it done maybe like 2-3 hours. And while I'm here, I fixed up my thing, so I can do that now today. Let's do it. Where'd I put it? Teats. Yeah, I did teats. I have no idea what that is. Delete that. Alright, put it over there. Yeah, I'll put that down there. Sorted. Ready, sorted.
Let us out.
They locked their own people in here. How could they?
They're Nazis, Evangeline. They're not exactly the good guys.
The Nazis. Yeah, so we're playing Call of the Elder Gods. So this is, I guess it's not really a sequel. It's a follow-up to Call of the Sea, which came out probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I think. It's not like a direct sequel, but I think the story takes place like a number of years after. The character we're controlling at the moment was one of the main characters in the first game. In the first game, you was a story about him and his wife. His wife had like an incurable disease, and he went to this like weird this island to try to find this like mystical like remedy that supposed to cure her. And there's some like Lovecraftian sort of themes tied in, and cod for lunch. Oh man, cod is nice. Cod is very nice. Should the door be open? But yeah, so we're jumping today. We should be able to finish this up today. Out of the Blue Games is a developer, published by Quali Gaming, who sent me over a key. Game's also on Game Pass, day 1. I feel like this is where we gotta go, but you know what? I hear stuff behind it. Maybe I see a switch somewhere. Oh, there's a thing. Yeah, there must be a thing somewhere, like right there. That might open that door.
Do you think we'll find that great engineer of yours down here?
I hope so. For this trip will have been a total waste of money.
But Evie suspected there was much more at stake than the cost of their trip.
Oh, look at that in there. The fuck? Not the most impressed.
It references a creature. You think that might be your great engineer?
Yes, sounds like it.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, we can see through the window over there. Alright, so does it work today? Did we actually fix it? I don't know if we did. Did we fix it? Yeah, it looked like we did. Fucking hell. Cool. What's that RAM? That's alright. Okay. Hopefully we got the right file tagged. Time Navigation Project Kronos. Record engineer Albert.
According to our monitoring, the creature remains alive despite having been trapped in the ice for millennia. And according to Dr. Schultz, it responds to stimuli but resists communication. It only repeats that name over and over again. It sounds human. Dr. West? I need to bring in a linguistics expert to verify it.
Okay. Yeah, we see the creature in that. We saw it through the window, didn't we?
A liquid that reacts to sound, like in the Rappahannock River caves.
After the last experiment, following the change of state, the black liquid evaporated, forming some kind of gaseous polar. This confirms that the black substance is unstable. Its state change depending on the different sound frequencies. For now, we've managed to contain it inside the chamber, but we need to test it further. Yeah, that's what we're seeing in that window.
Harry held his breath. The black shadows were back again.
They're fighting?
Then,
What the hell is that thing?
You can see that too?
That sort of cloud of black smoke? Of course. It looks alive.
Uh-huh. The black ooze.
Offices, control room, Kronos lab. That must be it. We have to go through to the other side. But how will we open these doors?
You said control room, right? I bet we can operate the doors from there.
That makes sense. Okay. To get there, we'll need to go downstairs and through the offices.
But Professor, the way downstairs is flooded.
Oh, luckily, there's a diving suit.
Well, it seems there's no other choice. Which of
I'll
us...
go this time, and I'm not going to allow any argument about it.
because despite how I look, I'm not 80 yet, Harry thought to himself.
Do you want to go down then?
Go ahead. Lower me down.
All right. Be very careful down there, Professor.
I mean, you might be getting on a bit, but you know, underwater is people lighter underwater, and everyone moves like shit underwater. You know what I mean? Because of the weight, and the suit's not light, is it? So can we? Oh, we can't. We can't switch between the characters like we could in the last time we did this.
Everything all right down there, Professor?
So far, so good. Though it's very dark in here. And I think I know why this place is flooded.
Why do you think it's flooded? We haven't found anything. You know, I'm walking around looking for bits of paper on the desks. I mean, it's underwater. We're not going to find a bit of paper on the desk, are we? Really? That seems a bit unrealistic. Know what I mean? It's a bit unrealistic.
They must have tried to break into that flying saucer and then release the black ooze.
Do you see any black ooze around?
All around, yes. I'm pretty sure it was the ship's fuel. I've still got 10 minutes of air in this suit.
Going up, we're going out. Alright, control room.
Evangeline, do you hear me?
Yes, Professor.
I've reached the control room. This is where they monitored that black smoke thing and ran experiments on it. Looks like the organizational chart for Project Kronos. And that's Felix Stahl. That guy's a member of the Starry Wisdom Society.
So that was the reason Bowen had pulled every string to get that man to America.
I really hope they never succeeded.
Copy. General Otto Adler. That's the general, is the one that died.
From General Otto Adler II, Captain Felix Stahl, Imperative. Find out everything about the creature in the ice stop. If it continues not to communicate, use methods you deem necessary. Stop the fire awaits results. Stop Heal Hitler Stop.
He must be talking about that flying saucer we saw out there.
I mean, it didn't look like a flying saucer to me. I mean, it really didn't look like a flying saucer. It definitely wasn't round, so unless they were looking at something totally different to what I was looking at, which is possible, they might have been. They really might have been.
We requested help from Berlin, and all Adler sends is a diving suit. How are we supposed to recover all the lost equipment with just one damn diving suit? It's ridiculous. We'd better focus on studying the liquid that came out of the ship. I'll assign Dr. Schultz to it.
Yeah, so we came from over there. Oh, yeah, that's her down there. She's over there. I guess this one here, the one with no monitor, must be the one down there where he is, where the creature is.
So that thing is not only alive, but it's also aggressive.
Whatever liquid is, it's become extremely aggressive since the incident. Otto discovered this firsthand. Only his shadow remained, disintegrated. It seems any opening through which to escape for the time being, we have to keep it confined in the central chamber. Yeah, open a door, it's out, right? Alright. Let's open that door, don't we?
Evangeline, there's a panel here. Maybe it'll open those doors.
There's two doors in this room, right? And there's a door down there. Obviously, you need a code of some sort.
Your turn, Evangeline.
Our turn for what? And we need a 3-digit code for the control room. Oh, did it put anything in the book? No, we haven't even got the journal. Hang on, can we? There we go. We got no pages, and since we come down here, we got no pages. I'm sure none of these documents had 3-digit
I can't crack a single line.
Oh yeah, she can't.
It's in Deutsch.
She can't speak
No
German.
clue what it means.
We did read them as Harry, so if it was important and we needed and it had a combination on it, then well, we should have opened it. So basically, there's a door there. We can't see what they are though. So there's 4 buttons. So that door is probably one of the buttons. The one over there is another one. The one to the right here, left here, is probably another one. There's not much you can really do. That was the start of the area. So we gotta find a 3-digit code. Yeah, so we're standing where the blue dies. The other dude is standing at the control room, which is just over. He's in that window there.
Up to you now, Professor.
The code word must be here somewhere, right?
Idiots. Only a fool would conduct experiments with black ooze.
Definitely.
Dr. Schultz came in contact with a black liquid. It appears to have affected his mind, and he's showing signs of delirium. It represents a risk to the project. He must be transferred to Berlin.
Looks like the organizational chart for Project Kronos. And that's Felix Stahl. That guy's a member of the Starry Wisdom Society.
So that was the reason Bowen had pulled every string to get that man to America.
Well, we've basically got to power it up before we can do anything. So I'm guessing, looking at this B here, this section here, is the room in front of us. So that door there will open the one and let this thing out to get her. That one is the one, these ones are the ones you want to open. The ones at the far side. So this one here where she's standing there right by the window. There's a door right here and there's one down the other end, and that's got to be those two. I need these two rooms are the ones on the opposite side. That one is, so you open up A and we'll get to this one. Open up C and we can get to that one. But we need to get... We need a code for the door. I don't know what fucking code for the door is.
By all means.
There's not been a single bit of paper anywhere that's had numbers on it. Unless it's
You're in charge now.
on like an earlier page, but I mean in this chapter we've had quite a bit, so yeah, since we come out of the area and we went to this place. This is all in the previous area. So yeah, this is where we got into this place. It was codes we were decrypting. Any of these got 3-digit numbers? This was cracking. This was a page about cracking the Enigma code, same as all of this. Give me a. Where do I find the code? Give me a clue. We done that. It's a clue for the way for Evangeline. Yeah. Plan as Harry, look through observation window and carefully examine the door numbers. Ah, okay. Maybe that's it. That makes sense. So 438 is that one. I think that one was 43. That one's 5 something. Ah. That one's 438. That one's 527. So probably what you got to do is you got to, if 527 might let you open that door, and then he'll go that way, then we can come into here and look through the window for that door. All right, 527.
Your turn, Professor.
All right, that's on.
Professor, look. That thing. It's moving into the next...
It's up to you now, Evangeline.
Right, so that's in that one. So if we close
You're in
that
charge now.
door again. And now do 438, which is the door down here.
A light just came on.
Your turn, Evangeline.
Right, she can look around this room. And then we try to get it to come back into this room again, right? So... eventually we want to get over here, right? So... was that 816? There's nothing in this room at all, so... we come back out here, we'll close this one. Hang on, 816. I'll make a note of that.
Up to you now, Professor.
Right, close that one. Was it 527? I think that one was. Let's come back in, close that door. We now should be back in here, right? Yeah, with both doors closed. Now we got
You're in charge
816.
Another one.
Oh,
Please, by all means.
we got 309, so we got all the 4 numbers. So I guess if we make sure we shut some of the doors behind us, then
Your turn, Professor.
then we're safer, right? Is it 309?
Good.
We can close that one, and then she can open that door with the thingy. And then they're both in the same room again.
Up to
Alright,
you now, Professor.
we'll close it just to be safe.
Your turn, Evangeline.
Just in case it kind of breaks out, right?
I opened this door for you, Professor. You can leave the control panel. I think we're safe.
Ah. Complete chapter 4.
What is this place? It looks like the heart of Project Kronos.
Could be. Do you think we gave that horrid thing the slip?
I really hope so. After seeing what that black smoke can do to humans, I wouldn't want... What the hell? How did that thing get out?
No time for questions now! Run, Professor! Run! Quick, the bunker door!
Help me close it, Evangeline!
It looks hot in there, doesn't it? Wait. It looked like
Damn
there
it.
was like fire in there.
That was close.
Guys, I hope this chamber is shut tight.
If not, we better find another exit. Otherwise, we're trapped in here.
It must have been like a crack or something in one of the doors we closed. What the hell?
Lord Almighty.
Evie recognized the gigantic creature at once. It was the same one she had seen in her visions.
Look at the size of that creature.
Harry remained silent. He was in shock, but not because the sight of that creature bewildered him. Quite the opposite. Something about it felt disturbingly familiar.
It's the engineer.
So the Nazis called the black smoke things polyps.
When Bastard Star has disappeared with a tome and let the polyp loose, he has doomed us all. We shall never have trusted him. December. Can I click that? December the 6th, 1942. So this is like 11 years ago. I think it's set in 1953.
Delmeyer's mind-link device functioned, but the creature refuses to communicate with us. It merely
talking
repeats
about
the
a
same
tome
unintelligible
here.
gibberish again and
book they're
again. We have managed to isolate 2 words, Panacotus and Dr. West.
Nakotas.
They're talking about a tome here.
That book they're talking about. It must have been the one Bowen had me decipher back in Providence.
After breaching the craft, Star and his men discovered a massive tome inside. We do not know whether it is a logbook or some sort of instruction manual. In any case, it's written in an unknown language. I must attempt to decipher it.
Looks like this message never got sent.
Are they really going to shut the program down? How can it be so foolish? Otto understood our vision. If the Fuhrer will not believe in what we're doing, I shall find someone who will. Are we expecting this to be a dead end? Yeah. Alright, that's the right side. We've got it kind of encased in ice, right? We're gonna let it out.
Apparently, the Nazis tried to communicate with that creature.
Aye. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's what you should do, right? You see like a alien of some kind, you try to communicate with it. Alignment, 4 different brainwaves. It must be the machine they used to try to communicate with it.
Since no panel or sensor of any kind is present on the craft, and the creature does not appear anatomically equipped to produce sounds, I theorize that it controls the vessel by means of some form of cerebral alignment.
Hello, Seafords.
I have designed a prototype apparatus to, in essence, attune to the creature's brain activity. This should enable direct communication with it.
Hello, Geniac. Procedure Intel has identified 4 distinct cerebral wave frequencies inherent to the human brain, which correspond to these observed in a frozen specimen. I shall seek General Atlas authorization. Alright. Yeah, we're trying to communicate with our buddy up here. He's frozen though. I guess we've got to try to defrost him. That's the device up there, I guess. They said it needs 4 human brainwaves, right? There's 2 of us here. Is this where we find out that she's got 3 brains?
This looks like the entrance to that...
Harry finally resigned himself to their situation, bizarre as it was.
flying saucer. But it's sealed shut.
You know what? I have not decided. I mean, it might do. I mean, obviously, it's early access. I'm not gonna, you know, with EA survival games, I wouldn't spend like weeks on them. I wouldn't. I'd probably jump into it. I was thinking that earlier because we're finishing this today, right? This is going to be finished today. It probably will take a couple of hours, maybe. I think we've got 2 chapters left. We're in chapter 5 of 7, or 5 of 7, 5 of 6. So I'll probably finish out our day today with some Crimson, and tomorrow we can either check out Subnautica 2 beta, or have a first look at that, or It was either that or Outbound, which came out Monday. But I might look at Subnautica. I mean, Outbound is something we played a demo of, so I know what to expect from that. And that's on Game. They're both on Game Pass too, right? They're both on Game Pass. So what I'm probably gonna do, we probably will jump into it. So maybe tomorrow, depending on when it unlocks, and at least look at it, check out, spend a day with it and check it out, and then probably put it on pause and watch early access. Is probably the plan. So just you play it enough just to get an idea of what it's, what it's about, how it might differ from the first game, what improvements they've got and stuff like that. That seemed like a good plan. You started Outbound? Yeah, I downloaded it earlier because it was on the Game Pass. I mean, it's a good Game Pass week, really. I mean, Outbound came out on Monday on Game Pass, which is something I wanted to play. This came out yesterday on Game Pass, which is something I wanted to play. I mean, although I did have a Steam key, but it came out on Game Pass. Tomorrow we got Subnautica 2 out on Game Pass. So technically, there's 3 games there that I would have picked up and played at some point, right? And in the same week, 3 games in the same week on the Game Pass. And then next week we've got 2 other games. There's 2 games out on Game Pass next week. So technically, in a 2-week period, there's 5 games that I wanted to play and I would have bought that are out on Game Pass. That's kind of crazy. Unless you post only 2 games have been delayed. Hey, Forza's not delayed. So yeah, I saw that they brought like Outbound was supposed to be out tomorrow too. That got brought forward a few days, didn't it? So because of I think they brought it forward to avoid Subnautica 2. I think is what I was reading.
This seat is what the Nazis used to try to communicate with the creature.
All right, there's no time to waste. Try connecting me to that machine, Professor.
Evie knew perfectly well that the professor was about to rattle off a whole list of reasons why they shouldn't go through with it, but she had neither the time nor the patience to listen to them.
And before you say anything, yes, Professor, we have to do it. Because we're trapped in here. And yes, Professor, it does have to be me. Because I'm the one who has dreamed of that creature. And the one who understands its language. I know you're trying to protect me, but I need you to trust me. Just this once?
Before the argument had even started, Harry had to concede defeat.
You're impossible, do you know that?
Come on, get in. Wouldn't you?
That seems to power the machine connected to the chair. You can sit down, Evangeline.
How the fuck does this work? I don't know what those words mean there. How's my German? Does that work? Suitable, unsuitable. Oh, okay, so yeah, so that makes sense. Like this is bottom is unsuitable, which means it's wrong. So top means suitable. Thank you, moderator. You are awesome. You know what? That gave me an idea. Nah, we don't need to do that. I mean, technically, I could do it. I was looking at that thinking, and typing it into the bar to translate it, I could just sit there and set myself up another shortcut key so I can just hit a button, use, OCR, screenshot foreign text, and just have it translate it in the background and put it into chat. You know what? That is probably a brilliant idea. That I'll do and use maybe once, because you never really see this stuff, right? But hey, that gives me a new project. Right, let's look at a thing then. So, 4 different wavelength. That's what we got as far as that. We've got nothing else. So this is going to be trial and error, I think.
This apparatus identifies matching brainwave patterns between Evangeline and that creature.
It's out of A1.
Geeignet means suitable, and untauglich means unsuitable.
It must refer to the brainwaves.
Atmosphere has been delayed. Oh. I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. Oh.
Another brainwave match.
Good.
I guess we're just trying to match one up to each, right? So. Alright, we got 4 matches. A3. B2. Maybe we're supposed to match the patterns. Right, so A3 is the only one on B, on A. B is probably going to be the only. B2 and B1, alright. Looks like there's one more, right? Okay. There's probably one at the bottom as well for D. Alright. I saw that it was actually quite a big one as well, wasn't it? So 4 different waves. So we basically got to have 4 separate ones. So A is obviously going to be that one. B will be this one. So A3. I guess you just got to have 4 that are different, right? So A3, we do B1. Because that one is different. And C and D. C's got to be that one, and D's got to be that one. C4, D3. That one, why not? Yay!
Looks like everything is set. So, whenever you're ready.
Go ahead.
Evie found herself in the literal blink of an eye in a completely different place. And it would happen to her more than once that day. As she tried to figure out what was happening, a strange but familiar voice startled her.
Evie. Velkonul. Nakatun. Vekra.
I have been waiting for you for millions of years, it said.
Are you?
I am the great engineer of Nakotis. After so much trouble, Evie was finally before the great engineer. It was her one chance to ask everything she needed to know.
Hello, Bucketsmith. I'd say the first question is not on the list. The first question would be, how do you reproduce? It's not on the list, right? Seemed like an important question for his race.
I need answers. What do you want from me? What do you want me to do?
Everything is set. You must close the loop.
Close the loop? What are you talking about?
Vekwanul Torkan.
Take my ship.
Wait, what?
Travel to Nakotis, the Nakotis of your time. Stop, Bowen. My race will be saved.
Okay.
Why me? Why did you choose me?
It wasn't me. It was Dr. West who chose you.
What? But what am I supposed to do? I'm just...
You can close the loop. You must close the loop.
I can understand your language. How is that possible?
Your mind in my body. My mind in your body.
What?
How is... When did that happen?
When you were in Nakotis. The Nakotis of my time.
What?
Do you want me to... Is there any way I can set you free?
You will do it when you close the loop. Or maybe you did it when you closed the loop. The complex Yithian language made no distinction between verb tenses. Therefore, that sentence could be understood as an instruction given in the past, present, and future alike.
But how am I going to do that? Where is the Nakotis of my time?
You need to remember its location. Remember.
Remember it? How?
Hearing that, Evie was left speechless. Follow Everhart's instructions. Evie didn't have time to ask another question, because in the blink of an eye, she found herself once again in that stone city from her dreams, millions of years in the past. Except now she knew it wasn't a dream. It was a memory.
My hands. Heavens.
Oh!
Look at my hands.
Those Yithian appendages could hardly be called hands, but that was how Evie perceived them.
Alright, found Nakotis of your time. She's got claws. Oh man. So we open this door. This is going to be their time with their city, right?
This was part of my information exchange with the Yithians. I believed I had to tell the Yithians everything about my time in exchange for my freedom, but I was wrong.
Indeed,
Yes,
Yithians
so
merely use the knowledge of others to plan their own decisions. In the future, and in the past.
So when she disappeared, she said she kind of it's like a 6-month period where she had no memory of anything. This is probably when she was here. In my time, 1956, advanced experiments are being conducted with nuclear power. This principle is based on the fission of the atom, the process that releases the amount of energy millions of times greater than the traditional fuels. Since the war, nuclear fission has been applied for military purposes, but is also being studied for civilian use to produce electricity. There are ongoing projects to build controlled reactors that could supply entire cities without the need of conventional fuels.
Looks like I also took notes of what happened here in Nakotis.
Creatures that inhabit the city who claim to belong to the great race of Yith employ an exceedingly complex system of transportation. All energy appears to be powered by a peculiar black fluid, which they handle with extreme caution and store in statue-shaped stone containers. The place is fascinating.
I can't believe I couldn't remember this amazing view of the towers of Nakotis.
Can you see lots of the locals just partying and stuff? Be cool if you come around the corner and they're in like a big like open communal area, just dancing and stuff, right? To Elvis, yeah, Elvis. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it would be good, wouldn't
Find
it?
Everhart's notes and follow them.
But where are Everhart's notes? Where can I find them? I always thought my dreams didn't take place here on Earth, but now I understand that this is how Earth used to be, millions of years ago.
Specifically, when the Earth's landmass was fused into one continent, Pangaea.
Hey, buddy.
Look at how tiny that Dimetrodon looks now.
I got all this space to fill up. What? As we're walking around going clicky, clicky, clicky. Right, that way's a dead end. We came out that way, didn't we?
That's an ammonite. Cephalopods that lived during the Devonian period, 400 million years ago. Whew, these ceilings sure are high.
Evie suddenly remembered the colossal corridors and massive stone slabs of the great library of Nikotis.
Yes, is this that their like teleport system? Their like transport system she was mentioning?
I remember this. I went to the Great Library every day.
Yeah, like transport system.
Wow. Is this some kind of time location finder? Unbelievable!
A non-static astronomical representation by providing a constellation and an era. The map returns the spatial coordinates corresponding to that location. Okay, we need a constellation and an era. And you can travel through time.
This mural doesn't look like decoration, but I'm not sure what it represents. Look at all these volumes, all that knowledge. I wish I could come back here someday and read through all of these. I believe I've seen some of these murals around here.
Yeah, we see that one. Murals depict creatures from the Cambrian to the Quaternary period, but no further. I do not understand why. Are they incapable of going beyond that point? The only explanation is that someone really important must have happened in our era. Perhaps something in our time limits their travel to travel mentally through time. Try asking a great engineer.
This observatory must be used to find the constellations associated with a specific time and location.
By providing a determined planet and era, it returns a constellation associated with that point in space-time continuum. Alright.
This is the altar I worked in.
So if we're supposed to be finding his notes, then maybe we gotta go back to the time where he was here. Where he was like in the first game.
This is the ink I used to write with. Looks like I deciphered the numeric coding of the Yithians.
These aren't random symbols, they're numbers. Notes from the other visitor from my time seem to suggest the same. Must be a brilliant individual.
I don't understand this language.
Aha. I wish you could speak the lingo.
What is this thing? I remember it. Whoa! My goodness! I'd forgotten about these light conveyor belts. A Dimetrodon from the early Permian, 270 million years ago. Tyrannosaurus rex, a dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, 68
T-Rex.
million years ago.
T-Rex is a beast. It's a bit of a staple in all these things. Right, so yeah, there is a door downstairs that goes... I don't know where it goes. We should go see where that goes. It goes there, around the corner. Now, let's go and look over there. Hang on, we'll come back here. Let's go. I mean, they're pretty cool way to travel. Just saying. That's an Ephalump.
That seems to be a mammoth, late Pliocene, 2.5 million years ago.
Mirrors refer to eras, yeah. These are numbers, right? I think from what she was saying. Telescope, what happens when we look out of it?
The same constellation I saw in my dreams. It must be important if they built this lookout for it.
Oh, so maybe that's the one, that's the constellation we need to use for where we're going, right? Could we go to choose was it the constellation which helps find the era, was it? Or constellation and desired era. So that's got to be the constellation. We just got to just decide on the era. It looks like looking at this, we might have one at the bottom, right? Maybe one more. We still don't know what era we need. We'll go check the other place. Over there.
Wow. Everything is so beautiful here.
Yeah, this one's got a picture of a human, so this must be the era we gotta go to. I reckon we're probably trying to get to find Harry in the from the period of the first game.
I suppose this mural refers to us, Homo sapiens. We appeared roughly 300,000 years ago, in the Middle Pleistocene.
So this must be, I reckon it's going to be the era we're going to go to. On the constellation is what matches like the
Evie
time.
remembered the
right?
Dark Towers and understood where the Yithians drew their energy from. Somehow they synthesized the black ooze and used it as fuel, but that meant that down there, confined within multiple levels of chambers and trapdoors never opened, lay the black smoke polyps.
Okay, so now we gotta try to figure out which we're gonna look at. We got a constellation, right? Alright, so got 5 of those. I'm guessing these are the... I don't even know. Right, so... We haven't seen this, have we? This part, here, this contraption here, have we? So this is the central map, right? Input constellation plus desired era. Output is a new location. That one's like input planet and era, but we don't know where's that machine. Because this one is constellation and era, so I guess the constellations must be those at the top. Because these things at the bottom are for numbers, right? These are numbers. You have like 1, 2, or 3 of those. And you can have 1, 2, or 3 of those. And we know that, if we look at the numbers, we know a couple. So that's 1, that's 2. So it looks like 1, 2, 3 would be just 3, 4 would be 4. Like that's 6, that's 7. So I reckon 3 and 4 are similar, right? On a 3, there's only 3 lines, isn't it? So that would be 3. That one, right? If that's 6 and that's 7, then what is 5? We still got something we're missing. Oh, there's no other clue on them. Or the murals have got the symbols on it. Maybe the symbol... I mean, it's obviously just writing, but that maybe one of them is the symbol for the constellation. Let's see if that one's on that board, right? So we got 2 circles with a wavy bit, right? If that's one of the things at the top, then we just got to find the one that's on the Homo sapiens, right? Is that actually one of these? I mean, that's close. It's 2 circles with a thing, but it's not the same. It's flipped. No, it's not the same thing. Exact thing is not there, is it? Alright. We've got to find out where that other machine was. Alright, there wasn't anything else up here. I need a constellation. To the left was just the thing for the human. Which I probably should have taken a picture of.
This mural doesn't look like decoration, but I'm not sure what it represents.
Yeah, that machine we haven't found yet. There's one with 4 squiggles. Yeah, these are the symbols, right? We see the eras. Oh, we didn't go in there, did we? That's where that machine is, in the observatory. Fuck, we didn't actually go in there. Right, this is
I
the...
suppose this mural refers to us, Homo sapiens. We appeared roughly 300,000 years ago.
So
in
this
the
is
Middle
where we're
Pleistocene.
trying to... That's where we're trying to go,
I
right?
suppose this mural refers to us, Homo sapiens. We appeared roughly 300,000 years ago, in the Middle Pleistocene.
Aha, there's the other machine. So that's that machine. So the front button, back button. So you've got to input the planet. Planet and constellate an era. So these are numbers, so we got to figure out from the other machine how to this one. How to get the location. Or maybe do we need that one first? That one will give you planet and era, you get a constellation, and the constellation you put into this one with the desired era. I don't know how to identify it. These are the eras. This is one we want, right? That one at the bottom. So when you look at this, you got to choose a planet and an era. I'm guessing the planets. You mean the planets are the ones down the bottom, and like the eras are the ones at the top, which is numbers. So we got to find a representation of that, right? But how? Where the fuck? There's nothing that looks like it. It's one of these. Maybe these are planets. Maybe this is supposed to be. You think this is supposed to be our solar system, and like these are the planets, and that's the sun. You think? I mean, if that's the case, there's 9 planets in our solar system, which is not quite correct. Although we don't know, there might be something far out, further than anyone can see. But if that is the case, then you could, you can kind of scope how which one should be you. That will be the things at the bottom, right? So these things at the bottom are the planets, right? Yeah, I reckon that's got to be that. Well, it hasn't got to be. Alright, so if that's the case, then that's Mercury. We're the 3rd planet, right? What is it? Mercury? Is it Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars? Or is Mars is there? Or is it that Mars? So if it's this one, so it'd be like a circle, squiggles with a dot above it is Earth, which is the planet. That one, right? So if that is what I think it is, if this is our sun and these are the planets in relation to the location to our sun, then that one is us, which is that one. 2 lines, yeah, so that's that one. So, what do you do with this? You're supposed to pick planet and era. So we got a planet. This is the era. So this is the era we need to go to. This one. So you're looking at that and thinking, how would you get a number from that? But the other one is numbers. It's just numbers like these, right? You know what? Let's just push the button and see what happens. What's the worst that's going to happen? It's going to say you done it wrong, and you got to do it again. Because all this is doing is telling you the constellation, right? But now, obviously, if this is, and I guess you're supposed to look for the symbol for the planet, which, yeah, look, 2 circles and the thing, and that shows you the constellation. So I'm looking. I guess we're looking for this constellation, maybe. That constellation's not there, is it? Nor is the symbol for the planet. I mean, that one's close-ish, but that symbol's not there. Well, I'm guessing switching this is just going to give you different it's going to give you different constellations, right? Yeah, constellations in different places. So we got to figure out how to figure out the numbers. You know what? Give me a hint to start us off. Here represents an era. The eras are arranged chronologically with a number indicating their position in the sequence. Where's the number? Does that just mean it's 5? That just means we got to get number. That's number 5, right? Look at wildlife of the era you're currently in. This is what we're trying to do, right? Identify the constellation when it occurs in the past. Provide the symbol of that constellation, but requires 2 inputs: the planet's position and the era's numerical position in the sequence. So we've got to find out what number 5 is. We got 1, 2, 6, 7. So what the fuck is 5, right? If we go back, let's come back to 1. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. I guess that must be 4. That must be 5. And 6 is 3 lines with a dot, right? With a dot, which is, yeah, that's right. So that's number 5 there. That is number 5. So that's Earth number 5, right? So this should give you the right constellation. Hopefully. If we can figure out which one ties up to it. I guess it's going to be that one, right? It's the one that's behind this. So it should be that one, right? I suppose. Because there's 9 of them around the room. And I'm guessing it's going to be the one behind the planet. Maybe. Let's see. Let us see. Alright, so here. Oh shit, I didn't look at what the image was. I took a picture, screenshot, didn't I? Oh. Oh, we can turn it too. Okay, so where's my screenshot? Did I take one? Yeah, so it's that image there, right? So it's circle, 2 circles with those squiggly lines vertical. Alright, we've got a circle with a line through it. Is it that one? Yeah, that's it, and it's that one. Exactly like that, right? That image, right there. Yeah. So that's that bit done, and this bit. And what was this supposed to represent? So the first one was the planet and the era to find the constellation. And this is constellation and era. So the era is 5 again, isn't it? So shit, what was 5? It was 1 dot and how many lines? I think was it 1 dot and 2 lines, I think. That? I think. I don't remember. Was it? Fuck, I didn't take a screenshot of that one, did I? Well, ball sacks. I can't remember. Was it? I think it was 1 dot and 2 lines. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. It don't work, do nothing. We got a planet though. Fuck, gotta go back again. Yeah, damn it. Take screenshots of everything. Everything. We probably did it wrong, and that's why it's doing it. But I thought it was like 2 lines and 1 dot. I'm guessing that thing is telling us the numbers in order because as you're rotating it, it's going up 1 each time. Now let's bring that back down. Constellation and era. So the constellation is that, but we don't have those. So that outputs. It's okay. So this outputs a location. That outputs a constellation. That outputs a location. That's the constellation we're looking at, and I guess that's what it represents. Well, how do we know that's the right constellation? We don't. All right, let's get it. Check what the number is. Yeah, like 2 lines and 1 dot, right? Which is 5. Yeah, because that one's 6. All right. All right, screenshot that. Put that back up. So the constellations at the top, these are the constellations we're looking at, but they're not actually on that machine. I think we're off to the next page of the hint book. We got the idea of what we're supposed to be doing, right? I think. Provided we're guessing the planet right. I mean, we might not be guessing the planet right. We might be guessing that totally wrong. Yeah, that is 5 there, right? I don't know what it's supposed to, I'm not sure what it's actually supposed to do. It gives you a location, but what's the next page of our book? Okay, yeah, we got, so it's got 1, 2, so basically 1, 2, 3. 3 is 3 lines, then 4 is 1 line and 1 dot, then we got 2 lines, 1 dot, 3 lines, 1 dot, and 7 is 2 lines, 2 dots, 8 is like would be like 3. Is it actually? Yeah. Yeah, that's what we got. So this, they got 2 lines there. How they got? Hang on, we got. So we got it right, but we're choosing the wrong thing. So looking at this, we've got Earth. The symbol represents Earth. So we got this one right, which is Earth. Enter symbol shown. They represent an image below. So that represents Earth. Since Mycosis is located on Earth. Yeah, that's what we guessed. And 2. Wait, why did you get 2? Where'd you get 2 from, though? Because we're in a second era. So we're in this era. What? Is that the era we're in, like, right now? I suppose. That don't make sense, does it? Yeah, but it's got to right. The same planet is the one we. So we guessed how to pick the planet right, didn't we? Yeah, the circle with the 2 squiggles and a dot, which is what we got. So we got the planet right. We just got a number because we had 5 and it wanted 2. I kind of figured that we're trying to get to it in this era, in the era that we are now, as in like, the human era, right? But that's not what we want. That isn't what we wanted at all. We wanted one of the dinos, right? This is the one we're supposed to go to, but...
A Dimetrodon from the early Permian, 270 million years ago.
That's the era we're going to. figured we're supposed to be finding Harry, so we'd used a humanoid because we're going to, we're going to Earth, right? No, that's not what we're going to. Right, let's get rid of those other images I saved because we don't need to do it. There we go, circle 2 lines. Right. That's kind of weird because the constellation that comes back with, right, is different than the one in the image we looked at. This one.
Yes! This is the constellation I've been looking for.
Alright. Right, now let's put it in the book. So that looks similar to what we had, wasn't it? Similar. But it just got the era wrong, so we got a 2 instead of 5. She's got to set the thing to 2 and push the button again. Should be that, I think. I still don't get the constellation because it's not what we're actually looking at. That should be it, shouldn't it? No, it's not. It's that next one, that one. It's my image. It's that one, and it's no. Fuck. That way. I don't know. Like that. Like that is what it should be. That should be it. Why is that not it? That's a different number again. That's 5. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I get it. So basically, this one you're looking at what the era you want to go to, which is 5. The other one, when you're looking for the thing, is you're looking for the constellation for 2 because. I guess that's the period you're in now, right? Because we've gone back, we're on Earth, back in time, and the era that you're currently standing in is this one. That's why that one was 2. Other than that, we had it everywhere. Also, yeah, so here, planet and the era, as in the current era. And that one is where you want to go, right? So that should be, yeah.
8, 9, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I remember now. Those were the coordinates.
8, 9, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully we've We
Great engineer. I know where to find the Nakotis of my time, but all I have are Yithian coordinates. And there's no way out of here. There's one of those black smoke polyps on the other side of the chamber door.
Vecranul Torka.
Take my vessel.
What? The vessel? You mean the spaceship?
Evie's heart skipped a beat. Piloting a flying saucer was something straight out of a science fiction novel.
But the vessel door won't open. How am I supposed to...
Your mind is now fully synchronized with the Yithians.
Nakotes.
Travel to Nakotis. Stop, Bowen.
close.
Close the loop.
But what about you? I can't just leave you trapped here.
Velkanul.
It is irrelevant. Close the loop. And with those final words, as Evangeline blinked, she found herself standing before Harry, back inside the Spitzbergen bunker again.
Evangeline? Can you hear me? Are you all right?
Yes. Yes, Professor. I'm here. I'm just a little bit dizzy.
Well, did you manage to talk with that thing? What did you find out?
We have to use the spaceship to get out of here.
What? How? Did that creature give you a crash course in flying saucers or something?
No, it's not that. But you have to trust me again, Professor.
Harry realized there wasn't much of a choice. It was that or remain trapped in that chamber forever.
89345. Okay. Come on, Harry. I guess it's going to be the door around the corner here. And it's going to open as we approach, maybe? He's going to recognize her as one of them. What you reckon about that, Harry? We're after a
Look
flying
around,
saucer.
Professor. Isn't this fascinating?
There doesn't seem to be any power. Are you sure you can pilot this spaceship?
I'm not sure pilot is the right word, Professor.
I'm not even sure ship is the right word. This looks more like a building than a vehicle.
Yeah, I'm not sure ship is the right word either, but I guess we're gonna find out. We're gonna see it take off.
There surely has to be a starter somewhere, right?
That looks like a control panel over there, doesn't it? Looks like a table over there. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's just a stone. Right, how did that get here, right? Hang on a minute. How'd that get here? It's not very Yithian. So the Germans did get into this place then. They somehow got past that door. I don't know how they would have done that. But
Evie
they...
recognized a platform very similar to the one in the refinery beneath the Virginia caves, and understood what she had to do.
Yeah, stand on it.
Damn it, where's the steering wheel?
It probably doesn't need one.
We've only got to put the coordinates in using the number system that we had from the thing, right?
Look, Professor, it's working. The spaceship is powered up now.
Yeah, so we got to put, was it 89345? We got to put in the thing, so we just got to hopefully figure out the, I think we kind of figured out a number system, right? I think.
This is it looks like an autopilot. But it doesn't just maintain altitude and course. It moves towards specific coordinates, which they express with numbers.
That's free, right? That was 5. That was 4. 3, 4, 5, and 7. So that's 7. I don't know. What 8 and 9 be? Because we know that 1, 2, and 3 is like 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, right? Then 4 is hang on. What's that? Where's the thing? Why did I take a picture of that page? God damn it. The page of all the numbers. I think, yeah, that was that's, no, that's so that's 3, 4, 5. We know that 6 was that one. So that's not, so that one is, that's 6. So 4 must be, was that one? No, down, that 4 is that one. That's 4. That's 5. And that's 6. 6 is like 3 lines, 1 dot, right? So 7 was 2 lines, 2 dots. So if 7 is 2 lines, 2 dots, then do we guess that 8 is 3 lines, 2 dots, and 9 is 3 and 3? I mean, obviously we're just guessing, right? That's 8, and that would be 9. Maybe?
I think I've got it. I've set the navigation system to the coordinates of Nicotis. There you are, Professor. The steering wheel.
Looks like one. Sort of.
You want to grab it? No? Alright, I got it then.
Can you help me with this, please? Buckle up, Professor. Hey, whoa!
Whoa!
Professor, better find something to hang on to.
Hey, it's moving. Look, it's breaking the ice. So where are we headed?
To Nicotis, or what's left of it. Those dreams you had about that place? They weren't dreams. You were there, millions of years ago.
Millions of years ago? What are you talking about?
The great race of Yith can transfer its mind to the past, present, or future. At some point, they exchanged minds with you. Good heavens. Can you imagine what that must be like? To move freely
I
through...
can imagine what the Nazis would have done if they'd gained that power. And don't forget, that Stahl fella still is among Bowen's gang of kooks. I'm not sure which I hate more, kooks or Nazis. In any case, I don't think anyone should meddle with that knowledge. As I've told you before, there are things we shouldn't... Evangeline, can you hear me? Evangeline? Oh, for heaven's sake, what's happening to you now?
Time and space?
Evangeline found herself in an unfamiliar place in an instant. For the 4th time in just a few hours.
Oh, come on. Now what? What's going on?
The difference was that this place didn't look like a Nicotic construction at all. Nor was she inside the body of an alien creature. It just looked like the future.
Why am I connected to this machine? And is this... This isn't my body. Where am I?
Evie jolted in shock. If she was in this body, then who was with Harry on the spaceship to Nicotis?
She's one of the Avatar peeps.
This is... Seems to be a more sophisticated version of the Spitsbergen MindLink device.
Yeah, we're in the future, aren't we?
All the cables seem to lead to that room.
We're in the future.
Evie didn't know whether to cry for help or stay silent. But what she saw when she opened the door left no room for doubt.
Oh no. That's Caleb Bowen.
So Bowen had gotten his way after all. How else could he be leading a top-secret research project for the government? And then Evie thought of something worse. What if Dr. West was none other than Caleb Bowen himself?
Project Archive. Brain Research and Development.
Is this a computer? That's small. But the ENIAC model at Miskatonic takes up an entire room. A computer that connects to other computers. They must have used really advanced Yithian technology to create this.
Yes, they did. In access is restricted within Project Archive, it is necessary request authorization to access the network. All information will be monitored. The use of external storage devices is strictly prohibited. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? But
I wonder what on earth the Project Archive is.
Project Archive is a complete success. The reversal of cognitive pattern transfer prototype has proven more reliable since we installed the connectors. Without a doubt, the information provided by Bowen back in the day really helped us prevent potential failures.
Dr. West. So this is the person behind everything that's happened. So this machine is a mind-swapping device, just like the Yithians.
Dr. West, I'm pleased to inform you that, as you predicted, the wired connection has stabilized the core of the RCPT. I believe you'll be able to soon begin the mind transfer trials. Okie dokie. That's a gadget. Servers.
So this rule overrides another one.
Alright, red light.
Interesting.
Red light indicates that the cable is plugged into a region with no valid sockets. Red light overrides the green light.
Good. That's useful.
Green light indicates at least one cable is plugged into a valid socket.
Seems like instructions for that brain device.
Yellow light indicates all cables are plugged into valid regions. Right.
So I was right. This machine is a kind of mind swapper.
Right, during transfer, the RCPT connection schematic monitors display the emitter subject's brain waves. To reverse the transfer, the core must be stabilized and the RCPT connection schematic must be used again. Important to avoid temporal paradoxes, the receiver subject's original body must be used for the reversal.
Huh. This device appears to interface directly with the brain.
This is getting complicated.
There's only one region with no valid sockets. There's always one region with no valid sockets. Cables from the same side shouldn't be plugged in the same region. Correct sockets are always in different regions. Correct sockets are not linked to a specific cable. Yeah, it's a different region. So you gotta go across regions. And one of the regions is not used. It's going to be a lot of trial and error, isn't it? I'm guessing. We haven't really found anything that's given us any like direct answers as to what shit we gotta do.
What kind of machine is this?
Alright, so we know over here there's a red light, which means the red light was nothing is connected. None of them are correct, right? This one has got a green light, so one of these three is in the correct place. Let's do that one first. Right, if we don't just... No, we're gonna just move them. I don't care. Overload it, it's okay. Alright, so that one's got one in the right place. If you take... Oh, okay, so that means on the right side, they're all correct, right? So, I'll take that out there. Yeah. So all the ones on the right side are in the correct place. That one's got one in the correct place. That's none in the correct place. We know that one's correct. Or maybe that doesn't mean that. Right, so one of them has to be in this one, right? Yeah, because green means at least one of them, at least one cable is in the valid socket. Yellow is they're all in the valid regions. So does it all being in the valid regions mean that's correct? There's one region with no valid sockets. So cables from the same side shouldn't be plugged in the same region. But yeah, they can plug it. Okay. Correct cables are in different regions. Correct sockets, correct. Yeah, so basically you can put these cables in the same regions as the others, but you just can't have this one from the same side in the same region. Yeah, so red means none of them are in the... Right, so the red just means... I'm thinking red means none of them are correct, but no. Red just means... one of them is in a region that's got incorrect. That's that one. So if you plug it in that one, then we know that one is not correct, right? So it could be it's any of these regions here. I mean, that one's also got a correct one. I mean, we've got like four regions here that have got working correct sockets in them, but we've only got 3 cables. But if we move that one into over here, it's still going to be the same, right? It's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? You put that one over there. I don't know. 2 greens, 2 yellows.
Okay, let's try again.
I don't know what that's what to do. 2 yellows. All cables are plugged into. Oh, they're in the valid regions, but they're not in the valid. Doesn't mean they're in valid sockets. So that means we need 1 in each of these, but we could be in the wrong hole, right? They're all in valid regions. They're not in sockets. So that one, and that one are correct. So we know we just got to find out which socket is correct. That's weird. That one and that one is orange. That one is green. That must mean that one's the correct one, right? That one's the correct one too, right? So that one and that one are correct ones. So you move this one until it goes green. And that should be correct on that side. Those should be correct.
Okay, let's try again. Okay, let's try again. Darn it, this isn't right.
It's a fucking mess. We know those, that one and that one's correct, right?
Okay, let's try again.
What? This is so fucking confusing. Where's that tip? Just explain this in English, because that's not English. A green light means that one of the cables on that side is plugged into the correct sockets. The others may not be. Yeah, we get that bit. Only the sockets determine whether the connection is valid. It doesn't matter which cable is plugged in. A green light overrides the other light, so try to get a yellow light instead. That way you can test and deduce the correct sockets more easily. That's what we've been doing, right? That is what we've been doing. That is what we've been doing. That was correct, that one's correct. Yeah, so you get them to have like 1 in each to get the orange letters. So it's like middle one. Right, so that's orange. So you put that one in there, that goes green, so that's the right one, right? Put that one there, that's the right one because it goes green. Then put that there, that's the right one because it goes green. So that side is that, right? The left side is that. the right side, we've got that one goes green. That one goes green. And that one goes green. So that should be like that, right? Yeah, okay.
Yes, yes, yes. I did it. That mind-swapping device seems to be powered on again. I hope this works.
So we're gonna go back to our body, I guess.
God, I hope this works. I need it to work. It's got to...
It's got to...
Professor Everhart, listen carefully to what I have to tell you, please.
Evangeline, are you...
I am not Evangeline. I am Dr. West. Please, listen to me. You won't like what I'm about to say, but I need you to listen carefully and do exactly as I tell you. A greater plan is unfolding, and you must fulfill it to guarantee the survival of not only the human race, but of the space-time continuum itself.
Uh-huh.
I've met kooks like you before. Do you know how people like you always end up
Puzzles.
Losing their
their-
sanity and their lives. Yes, I know that. It
Puzzles.
won't be the case.
Who the hell is this Dr. West?
Hey, at least he
and
gives
how
us
could he
tips.
know what I was
Right.
going to say? Harry thought.
Listen to me, please. You will reach the ruins of Nicotis, and you will find Caleb Bowen. Don't worry, you will stop him.
That is certainly a relief. I wouldn't want to live in a world where Bowen...
I'm not finished. There is a price to pay for Bowen's defeat, and that is Evangeline's life.
What? You can't be serious.
I am. Evangeline has to sacrifice herself, Professor. It's the only way to stop Bowen and preserve the space-time continuum.
No chance, Harry thought. But he couldn't help wondering, if Dr. West really did know the future, could he actually be telling the truth?
Uh-huh. So, looks like we got two potential endings, I guess. One where you sacrifice her, one where you don't, maybe?
Can't I at least think about it?
There is nothing to think about. Any other choice will mean Bowen's triumph and the collapse of the space-time continuum. There's no more time. But remember what I said. Evangeline must sacrifice herself.
Harry considered answering, but found nothing to say. Arguing with someone who could see the future was pointless.
I know you will do the right thing, Professor Everhart. After all, we've been through this before. Work, damn it! I made it. I'm back. Professor, what happened?
Evangeline? Are you here with me?
Yes, it's me. I'm back.
What happened to you? Where did you...
I was in the future, I believe. But what happened here? Someone pushed me out of my own body, Professor. Who was it?
Harry hesitated before answering. He knew his words might change what was about to happen.
We'll be honest.
Dr. West took over your body.
What? What for? What did he say?
For a brief instant, Harry thought of telling Evie about the sacrifice. But then he decided against it. That would only trouble her. And after all, Harry had already made up his mind. Or had he?
He said we're going to stop Bowen. We're going to make it.
Really? I don't know. Let's take that with a grain of salt for now. I need to tell you something. I don't know if this Dr. West can be trusted. I'm not sure, but I think he works, or worked, with Bowen.
Was that true? If it was, that changed everything. Harry had to tell Evie the truth, right now.
Evangeline, listen.
Professor, look! The ship's slowing down! We're descending! This looks like...
Oh, chapter 5 is over. I think we got one more
The
chapter.
Pacific Ocean.
Nicotis is somewhere in the Pacific?
Looks like it.
Hold on, Professor. I think we're about to land.
I mean, it looks like something out of Destiny, that ship. Hello. You found a change of clothes. Oh my. Or maybe they just took their jackets off, you think? Looks like she's done her hair up.
Who would have thought this whole structure was actually a flying saucer, huh, Professor? Who would have thought this whole structure was actually a flying saucer?
Red sand. This must be the Great Sandy Desert.
So we're in Australia. We crossed half the world in, what, half an hour at most?
For all his fascination with Yithian tech, Harry didn't answer. He was still debating whether to tell Evie what he'd discussed with Dr. West.
Oh,
Here we are. This is Nakota's.
Wow.
oh wow, Nakotas. These plants like growing out of stone.
Look, Professor. A camp.
Looks abandoned.
Bits of paper, lots of bits of paper.
What a fool.
Finally, some action. I knew backing the story Wisdom Society was a good idea. We're going to get some whatever Pharaoh is after, and then he's going to introduce me to some bona fide big shots. Oh boy, I hope to meet Eisenhower.
Somehow the Yithians were able to store light and channel it through those lenses.
Alright, so this is the start of clues for more stuff.
Apparently, Bowen's goons spent a good long while trying to force this massive stone door open.
Oh yeah, the glass sphere. Okay, so that looks like a target, doesn't it?
Thank you, Sherlock.
Minor pattern and an angle. Right.
I'll stay here, Professor. Let me know if you find anything.
Okay, Evie, I found a rock. I found another rock. I found the ISS. What?
There are some carved symbols.
We found the ISS. Oh shit. The ISS.
That really looks like Nakal architecture.
It's these are lenses we're using to bounce the angles stuff, right? He was talking about.
Seems she had a rare moment of good judgment.
Dr. Patricia Seckler might have been deeply interested in studying alien entities or mysterious flying polyps, but she wasn't willing to die for it.
This is insane. I'm done. I'm done with your rituals, your mass, your aliases, and with your delusions. We won't find anything here besides death by the tendrils of those black smoke clouds. It's over. I'm leaving today. Don't try to talk me out of it.
This looks similar to the platform I used back on the island.
The tower's architectural structures differs from the other narcotic constructions. Perhaps it's not part of the city. Reaching the top will not be easy. We can't exactly use a step ladder. I don't want to lay a lot. There's another one there. Fucking hell, how many of these things up there? He's still got his suit on. She took her jacket off, but he's still got his suit on.
Looks like that did something. How can these lenses still be so perfectly polished after millions of years down here?
Yithian technology never ceased to fascinate Harry.
Alright, so moving the light around. So that's obviously the origin, right? That one can go up there, or it can go over here.
These symbols must mean something. Nope, it isn't working.
Yes, if you point over here, you can hit that button and activate that switch. Whatever that switch does. This is just going to come round to where the lens was on the ledge, right? Yeah. So we do the switch first. That'll get you at the top. Then you come over to this one. This one will point to that one, and that one will point out there. Right. We got this. Light puzzles. So we go left first so that we can see what's up there. Shoot the ball.
Did you see anything like this in your visions of Nakotas, Evangeline?
The Yithian use technology based on mirrors and light, but this is the first time I've seen a system this complex.
Let's look at the bottom. Look at that. Can't go to. I can't go pretty higher than that. Can't go right further than that. There's nothing really here for it to look at, is there? What can that point at? Nothing.
Nope, it isn't working.
Alright. That's not what we're doing first. That's probably got to be done afterwards. When we activate something else around the other side. Right, so this has got to go this way. Up to there. Then that can point down to the one on the ledge, right, overlooking this place, right? That can point to the one in the middle. And that's this side we've looked at, apart from that one on the left, which there's got to be something you got to do to get it up the light up there, because you can't move the thing enough. That one really has to go. There's only one place it can go, really, isn't it? Which is here. Oh, that one will point over to that over there, alright. Shoot, what's she got? Once your shape is correctly aligned, the button acts as a validation for the mechanism.
Does this manipulate the shapes?
These controls allow for 2-axis rotation of the shapes rising out of the pool of black liquid. Alright, so get the angle, then you change the shape. Okay. That makes sense, doesn't it? A fucking a dead dude.
This is the Nazi who escaped from the radio station. I guess they ignored his warnings.
What does it say?
Never trust a Nazi, that's what.
We hear sounds behind the doors, like the wind howling in terror. They made my blood run cold. I heard those same sounds in Project Kronos. The sounds are against nature, but if our calculations are right, the machine should be on the other side. Bowen is still lost in his fantasies about pharaohs and ancient gods, nonsense and superstitions. I'm more practical. When the time comes, I'll use the machine for something that actually matters. Whether he likes it or not, I'll fix the mistakes that were in the past. Dun dun dun.
Well, well, look at that.
Ever since he got some black ooze on him back at Harry's house, Eugene Kingsley's health had collapsed, and he died not long after reaching Australia.
Well, look at that. Oh, that's the left side, right? I'll camp over that way. This can only really go one place, right? Which is over there. I don't know where she went. Where did she go? Oh, there she is.
Symbols. Interesting. So Stahl and Bowen had an argument. Big surprise.
It just says Fornax found in the Virginia caves. The entrance to this settlement appears to be powered by black liquid. The spheres resonate at the frequency produced by the substance's reaction, and from this they generate geometric patterns, most likely this is the final security measure guarding access to the consciousness transmitter. I could figure this out in no time if only Stahl and Bowen would stop arguing. Alright, that's the way we come in, wasn't it? So, alright, so we got the information. Now we need to do something with it, right? Alright, so that validates the mechanism, right? So what we got going on? So we got this is what we got. We got these shapes, these here. The three, that's obviously 3 doors, right? There's 3 doors, so how do you take this to this? I hit a button, it just does like a full circuit. Oh, it just moves until you push it again, and when you push it again, it will stop right at the beginning.
These controls seem to contain spheres of black ooze.
Do you think you're supposed to match them up like this? Have these 2 not moving and those 2 moving but that far apart, and then push the button when they're like that? If that's the case, you've got to push the 4th button so that it has to be. No, let's do the 3rd one, right? So you got to push the 3rd button when the 4th one is that far away from it. That's probably a bit too far, right? I mean, that's obviously not what you gotta do, is it? But I was gonna do something with the D's, but they don't do anything, right? I don't know where these references are, what they relate to. That's obviously there's the symbols on different doors. We got a door there, there's a door there, there's a door in front of us, right? How does that symbol turn into something on this? Oh, shit, you can move. Okay, you can move those. What does that do? Oh, we can move them, but it doesn't do nothing. And if we move all of them together, as together as they can be.
Look, Evangeline. I can rotate the shapes using these controls.
Oh, okay. I think I get it. We gotta use the. You gotta make the images, I suppose, right? We gotta have, so that one was all. I think they've all got to be moving for it to work, right? Once they're all moving, how does that work? That doesn't work anymore. How the fuck do we get out? We just had all four of them spinning and we just moved it down and it popped out. Where, how do we move it? Because we're doing something wrong there, right? Try to match the exact pattern from the circular structure and just activate it. What? Let's talk about that. Yeah, so that's the gap. So the gap between the two things is what you're trying to do on there, right? But we want to. How do you make the things come out of the ground? That's what we want. Yeah. Right, solve the first. Hey, how do we get the figure out? Right? That's what I don't get. Is how to fucking get the figure to come out? Oh man, how do you get the figure to come out? I mean, you come out just randomly fucking pulling one of these. There was no real pattern to it. We just pulled it. And we trying to get And we had one come out like accidentally, right? I don't quite know what we did, but one of them came out accidentally. Right, that made a noise. We want that. We don't want that one. We want a different one. That's the one for this door, right? We don't want that. We want. How do you get the other one out? This don't make any fucking sense. So we've had these things come out twice, and we don't know how they came out. Have I taken like distance? How'd you get the shape to come out, mate? Yeah, so obviously you got to do this one first, right? And this one, this pattern here is also part of this pattern. It's also part of this pattern. So you got to do them in order. But we're getting this one first for some reason. And this fucking thing doesn't tell you how to get the things out. It just says rotate the figure. But how do you get the figure to appear? You know what I mean? I don't know how to get the figure to appear. Make the second shape appear. What about the first shape? Press the third button when the sphere goes to the 90-degree mark. What? That's what we're trying to get, right? And that's the pattern that's on the wall of the other side, which is what we're trying to do, right? So basically, you got to do this one like the thing on the wall. So when it's about there, maybe not quite there, maybe a bit too late. Doesn't make fucking sense. I don't get how they come out. And this doesn't, the thing doesn't really assist you, does it? I'm not sure what these things at the bottom are supposed to do, right? I mean, what are they supposed to be doing? It's like a mystery. Yeah, because we've got the things coming, spinning like this, right? We got the third one. What are we got them run the wrong way. I think we got round the wrong way. Yeah, we got round the wrong way. That's probably why it's not doing anything. We gotta stop the fourth one when the third one is over there. So I did it round the wrong way. Like that. There you go, fucking hell. Something like that, right? Like that. No. Like that. Now push the button.
I think I've got it. Sort of.
Alright. Now we get how it works. Yeah, the next one we do is that one, which will get us in here. We probably got to move the light back over here, right? To power this, maybe? Or maybe not.
It wasn't the first time Harry had stepped onto a stone platform lifted by black ooze, and it still unsettled him.
Alright, so if you're supposed to get the light on that, right, then you've got to move the light up here. While the thing's down the bottom, how are you going to guess where to point it? You know what I mean? It's got to point to that. It's only going to point to that when you're not going to see it when you're down the bottom, are you? So you got to try to guess. So it's going to come from that. Maybe it's got to point up. If you point up towards that, that's probably what that's in the corner for, right? If you aim the light at that in the corner, then it should pass through it maybe when you get up. Maybe. Obviously this will power the other bit down for a bit, but looks like this one we've got to... Let's see what it is. Is if you aim at that, it's got to be what that's there for, like a guide, right? Because otherwise you'll just guess 100% guesswork. And we're not into guesswork, you know what I mean? Along, cool. Right. Right, this is showing you one of the, so we've basically got the fourth one. Just the fourth and the second. Looks like it's a similar sort of gap. It's like a 1/4 difference, but it's the fourth and the second. Right, we'll take a screenshot so I remember. We got a screenshot, right? So I will remember, because remembering is important. That was my... I've lost it. Shit. Yeah, I lost it. Where's the window? Have I lost a window? Whatever it is. Yeah. So now that's basically telling you, giving you an idea of the spacing for the next one, right? The point is back that way. Then we go back down and we're ready for the next one. But we do need to go to the bathroom before I pee on the floor. We don't want that. Nope, nope, nope. And you know what? You know, as you get older, you can't like trust it as much. Right? So as you start feeling like you want to, you gotta do it. You know what I mean? Right. So give me a sec. I mean, all of them are going to have that sort of gap between them, right? Which is like 1/4. You know what? I did that one there. So the fourth, yeah, fourth. That is the first one, isn't it? The fourth slightly behind. So that's what that was. So give me a sec. Give me a couple of minutes, and we will do the second door. Oh, hang on. Give me a minute. Okay. So, got that one. If we go to our, where's our image we took? I got like 9 million pictures of this game. Most of it's the same fucking shit. It's just different. Right, so this is the one we just took. So this you got the fourth and the second one. Now, we've already got the third and the fourth one going, right? If we stop the second, if we stop this, that image would disappear. We need that image to be there, don't we? So technically, we've got to do the second one. We've got to do the second one when the fourth one. Start the second one when the fourth one is at 90 degrees, right? Oh, that's somewhere, right? There we go. That's not giving me that, though, is it? Oh, no, it is. Hang on. So that one we gotta turn like that, right? Something like that, right?
All right.
Yeah.
That one was tricky.
How weird. I mean, the puzzles in there are pretty neat, but once you kind of get the basics, you can figure them out. And luckily, it gives you a little clue to what the basics are in case you need it. So now we gotta... Huh. Right, so I guess we gotta use... That's the very first one. We gotta shine it down, right? Onto that. And that will give us the, what we gotta do with the other one. You'll come around here, shine that down, and then... And shine it down, go back down there, look at which one it is, and come all the way back up here, shine it back out to activate the thing in the middle. Because without that, these things... Oh, they're still spinning, okay. Oh, I guess that doesn't matter then. I thought you had to put the power back to make it spin, but no, the power was just to activate that, right? So I haven't got to worry about going back and putting it back. I don't think. Alright, so this one, so the first and the second one have to go at the same time, right? So that's what's next. So the first one is the only one that's not moving, and we got to move that exactly in time with the second one. I mean, something like that. I don't like that one over there, right? That looks about right, doesn't it? Maybe not quite right. Maybe we gotta... I think it's got to be turned around the other way, isn't it? Is it? Like that, right? Kind of thing. That's got to be like that. Something like that, right? And that one's got to be... like that. And then like that. No, like that. Like that. Oh!
Yes, I opened it. The door's opening. Let's move ahead. Any sign of those polyps, Evangeline?
Not that I can see.
There was no sign of the polyps, true. But there was no sign of Bowen either.
Good lord, what happened here?
Looks like they ran into those smoke things.
Someone died
Poor
here.
bastards.
The shadow on the left belonged to Howard Carmichael III, playboy, athlete, and heir to Carmichael Industries. One black polyp was enough to obliterate him in seconds.
Are they all dead?
The shadow on the right was the astronomer Larry Monroe, who didn't even realize that while Carmichael was being attacked, another polyp was about to swallow him. He didn't even have time to scream.
Okay. Yeah, down that way.
Well, there's one of those cultists dead on the ground.
Bowen and Stahl had a last-minute argument over how the mind-swapping machine should be used. It didn't end well, especially for Stahl, whose dream of a 1,000-year Reich died right there with him.
Oh dear. The Nazis won't get the powers. It's just a fanatical American.
Look at this architecture. Does it look familiar to you?
Professor, this looks like the archives. The great library from my memories, but back then it was full of life. This place is in ruins.
Makes sense, Evangeline. Millions of years have passed since you were here.
Millions and squillions of years.
This is breathtaking.
If this is the place where I was millions of years ago, the mind-swapping device must be at the top of that basalt tower.
And what's his face is probably up there with it. Alright, this is our teleporter. Ready? You ready, Professor?
What is this thing? Looks like a ray of light.
Just step into it, mate.
Whoa, whoa! The polyps are gathering over there.
What's going on? What are they trying to do?
I don't know what drives those creatures. I don't understand what they do, or why they do it.
So Bowen is probably up here. Yeah, we can hear someone talking. Where's the... Let me just... Gosh.
Professor, do you hear some kind of chanting?
I got a
Yes.
feeling we're coming to
I
a
believe
closer
I recognize
conclusion.
the
I backed up
one
my
chant.
save,
I don't like this.
just in case there is multiple choices and we can only choose one.
Cher keper nalathotep. Wabanyet nichenka
It's Bowen.
rekyen tepe. Karasehetet. Wejaresaha recher hermaat.
Bowen, stop right there.
Everhart, what are you doing here? How did
I
you...
took the number 3 bus to Nakotas. Now get out of there, you idiot!
Don't even think about it, Professor. Not when I'm this close. The Bowens have spent generations searching for the knowledge we were promised. Oh, yes. Nalathotep, herald of the almighty Azathoth.
Cultist ranting always sounds ridiculous, especially when they spout their nonsense out loud.
Enough of this. I'll drag you out of there by your heels if I have to.
Do not come any closer. I'm warning you.
Of course, things change when cultists are armed.
Listen to me, Bowen. I know the great race of Yith. They've spoken to me, and you know it. Look around you. Those black polyps wiped out your entire cult. And you're next. You have nothing to gain, do you hear me?
I've convinced him, Evie thought. I actually convinced that stubborn old fool. I can't believe it.
You think you're gonna stop me with your empty talk, girl? I don't have time for your foolishness. The Black Pharaoh awaits.
Ugh, figures, Evie thought. And when Bowen powered up the mind-swapping device, she realized she'd have to do something, and fast.
Professor, if he activates the mind-swapping device, we're finished!
Harry was out of time. He had to make a decision.
We're gonna let her sacrifice herself because that's we're gonna do. We choose
Harry
both, right?
remembered
We'll do
Dr.
both.
West's words. Evangeline has to sacrifice herself, Professor. It's the only way to stop Bowen and preserve the space-time continuum. Dr. West had to know what he was talking about. After all, he came from the future. He'd been in touch with the Yithian. He knew what would happen if Harry didn't follow his
Now
instructions.
he was probably lying.
I have to stop him! You stay here!
Harry had learned that sometimes you had to make painful sacrifices. And this was certainly one of them.
This is probably the bad
sorry,
ending,
kid.
and he lied.
I'm
Right?
really sorry.
I reckon.
And without another word, Harry watched the stubborn Miskatonic physics student Evangeline Drayton sacrifice her life to save him
We'll see.
and all of humanity. Evie found herself in the ooze pool, completely covered in the substance she feared most. She knew it was her death sentence, but at least she was going to make sure Caleb didn't swap his mind with anyone.
Damn brat! What do you think you're doing?
Shut your mouth, you weasel!
No, don't touch that. You'll interrupt the transfer process. You... No, no, no! Oh no, oh no. Not the ice.
And so, on November 6th, 1957, in that basalt tower of the city that millions of years earlier had been Nakotas, Evangeline Claire Drayton was consumed by black ooze.
I mean, if they're doing that freeze though, this other race, I mean, they still could save her, or she could go and be with them, maybe, right?
Upon waking in that infinite ocean of blackness, Evie thought that she had died. Well, I hope it was worth something at least, she thought.
I mean, she might be able to live out
She was
with
waiting
them.
to see the light at the end of the tunnel, when a voice surprised her. One she recognized instantly. Her father's voice.
Hey, Jitterbug.
Papa?
How's everything going, sweetie?
What is this? Am I dreaming?
No.
Then, am I dead?
No, Evie? No, You're not dead. And neither am I. Well, not exactly.
I don't understand anything, Papa. I have so many questions.
Yeah, I know. Easy, sweetheart. We have all the time in the world.
What is this place? Where are we?
Well, this is the I-Core, kid. The core of the Elder God.
The Elder God? What is that?
Let's see, I don't know how to explain it. You know, I've never been too good with words, Evie. I know he had many names through the ages, but to me, it's simply the Elder God. His acts are hard to understand sometimes, but in his way, he connects us all beyond time and space. Yeah, but these are just, words. And words do not do him justice.
Frank didn't know how to put it into words,
Hello,
but
DJTNT.
he thought that maybe the Elder God was simply God.
And what does that Elder God want from me?
To offer you his gratitude.
Gratitude? For what?
You've contributed something really important, Evie. The Yithians sustain their energy by channeling the Black I-Core. That's the essence of the Elder God. And that process caused him immense pain and suffering. But you've put an end to it. You've given the great race another way to transfer their consciousness. And now, they live beyond time and space, connected to the Elder God.
But Papa, I haven't done anything. Except stopping Bowen.
Maybe not in your time. Not yet.
What? I don't understand.
But you will. Believe me.
I'm covered in that black ooze. Shouldn't I be dead?
No. No, his blood doesn't affect those who are connected to him. I died, somehow, on the island, but I came into contact with the Black I-Core, with his blood. That's why I'm here. And that's why he couldn't harm you even if he wanted to, because someone connected to him loves you and protects you. That's me, Jitterbug.
Who is Dr. West? Is it you?
Me? A doctor? Honey, I'm just a mechanic from Benoit.
Then who is it? Do you know?
Oh, you'll have the answer to that when you wake up, Evie.
Oh.
That means I can't stay here with you, right?
Oh, Jitterbug. You're already here with me. Our whole family is, even my grandson.
What grandsons?
You need to go back to your time now. There's a life waiting for you. An important task you have to carry out, and people are depending on you. Harry is going to need your help. You promise me you'll help him?
Yes, I promise.
Good. Oh, and one more thing. Tell him his wife is waiting for him in Englewood. Don't worry, he'll understand.
I will.
Well, I guess this is goodbye, Jitterbug. For now.
I love you so much, Papa. I'm going to miss you terribly.
Well, it's only a matter of time. A matter of time and space. And remember, I love you very much, Evangeline.
Evangeline? Evangeline? Can you hear me? You did it, Evangeline. You saved us all.
Don't come any closer, Professor. I'm covered in...
Do not worry. He is also connected to the I-Core, Evie.
Evangeline couldn't believe her eyes. That was Caleb Bowen in that ridiculous Egyptian costume. Somehow he had survived the consciousness transfer.
Bowen, No. What is he doing here?
No, Evangeline, it's not what it looks like. It's...
My race is deeply grateful to you both.
Evie understood
Where's
at
the
once who
engineer?
was now occupying Caleb Bowen's body.
The loop is in the process of closure. That is optimal. But we must continue working.
Process of closure? What are you talking about?
Do not worry. What comes next will be far easier. We only need to follow the plan you and I laid out the first time you contacted me. Dr. West.
Wait, what? She's Dr. West? What? What? She was Dr. West? What? Dun dun dun. Dr. West. I guess in the future, she's gonna get hitched to someone called West and change their name, and like she's gonna come back and do this, right? Yeah. Yeah. So if Dr. West is her, then obviously she came back in time to tell the professor that she has to sacrifice herself, knowing that she's gonna survive because she was her. Right? Caleb West donates a building to NASA. Oh my. I'm kind of curious now. What happens if you said no and you stopped her? That would probably not be a good ending, would it? That would be a bad ending. The world would change. He will kind of like swap minds and become like the great ruler or something. I don't know who's swapping minds with. Who was he swapping his mind with? Did we know? Did we find out? I can't remember what he was trying to swap his mind with.
Harry, we've never talked about it, but when the moment comes and I make the mind transfer, don't you think it would be easier if...
If you explain to my 1957 self who you are and what's going to happen in the future?
Yes.
What if something goes wrong with the loop because of that change? Wouldn't it break the space-time continuum?
Well, I'm not sure. I just wanted to spare you that unnecessary distress and...
I'll handle it, Evie. You know it. It's already happened. Better not to take any risks.
I guess you're right, Harry. And as you say, if we're still here, it's because it already happened.
He dies at the age of 89. He died at the age of 89.
Harry Everhart died at 12:30 on May 6, 1983. Moments after dying, Harry opened his eyes.
What happened? Where am I? I'm in Englewood. I'm young again.
Good morning, sleepyhead.
Nora? Nora!
Heavens! You're certainly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed today. Maybe I should not let you sleep in so much.
Nora, your hands are...
What? What's wrong with my hands? I promise I washed them before making breakfast.
But what about your illness?
What illness? What are you talking about? I'm healthy as a horse. Hey, don't get used to me bringing you breakfast, okay? I'll be out on the porch. We've got a long day ahead of us. And all the time in the world, old pal.
was good. That was a good outcome, right? That was a good outcome. I wonder if we. Duh. Oh, back that up. Where's the fact? Back that up. Now, of course, the game has got more. I'm kind of curious where it will put us in if we continue. Is it just before we went up that slope? Yeah, it is. So we can go up here and we can choose the other option and just see what happens. I kind of like it. I definitely appreciate it when
What is this thing?
Developers
Looks like a ray of light.
let you do this, right? I mean, some of them you get sometimes you get these games where you got this choice at the end to get a different ending. Like developers might have a single save, and after you get to the credits and stuff, you cannot continue, which is why I backed up the save before, just in case. But
Whoa!
this is not one of those devs. They let you
gathering over there.
They let you see both
What's going
outcomes
on?
without.
What are they
playing
trying
it
to do?
twice, right? Which is
I
very,
don't know
very
what
much
drives those
appreciated.
creatures. I don't understand what they do, or why they do it.
So it looks like we did have a good ending. So let's see what the bad one would be.
Professor,
Let's see, shall we?
do you hear some kind of chanting?
Yes. And I believe I recognize the one chanting. I don't like this.
Now this one is probably going to mark the end of the world. Totally, the end of the world's about to happen.
Bowen, stop right there!
Everhart, what are you doing here? How did
I
you...
took the number 3 bus to Nakotas. Now get out of there, you idiot!
Don't even think about it, Professor. Not when I'm this close. The Bowens have spent generations searching for the knowledge we were promised. Oh, yes. Nyarlathotep, herald of the almighty Azathoth.
Cultist ranting always sounds ridiculous, especially when they spout their nonsense out loud.
Enough of this. I'll drag you out of there by your heels if I have to.
Do not come any closer. I'm warning you.
Of course, things change when cultists are armed.
Listen to me, Bowen. I know the great race of Yith. They've spoken to me, and you know it. Look around you. Those black polyps wiped out your entire cult. And you're next. You have nothing to gain, do you hear me?
I've convinced him, Evie thought. I actually convinced that stubborn old fool. I can't believe it.
You think you're gonna stop me with your empty talk, girl? I don't have time for your foolishness. The Black Pharaoh awaits.
Ugh, figures, Evie thought. And when Bowen powered up the mind-swapping device, she realized she'd have to do something, and fast.
Professor, if he activates the mind-swapping device, we're finished!
Harry was out of time. He had to make a decision.
We'll stop her and take her place. Let's do it. See what the other option is.
Harry remembered Dr. West's words. Evangeline has to sacrifice herself, Professor. It's the only way to stop Bowen and preserve the space-time continuum. But he didn't give a rat's ass what Dr. West had to say. Harry wasn't going to let Frank Drayton's daughter meet the same fate as her father. There had to be another way.
Professor? Professor!
I'm sorry, kid. I'm really sorry. For everything.
Harry!
And as she screamed, Evie watched the stubborn old grouchy archaeology professor sacrifice his life to save hers, and all of humanity. Harry found himself in the ooze pool, completely covered in the substance he feared most.
So what? How is this going to change
his death
things?
sentence? But at least he was going to make sure Caleb didn't swap his mind with anyone.
Are you out of your mind, Everhart? Haven't you seen what that liquid does to humans?
I know it better than you do, you kook.
No, don't touch that. You'll interrupt the transfer process. No, no, no! Oh no, oh no. No. Not the ice.
And so, on November 6th, 1957, in that basalt tower of the city that millions of years earlier had been Nikotis, my husband, Harry Everhart, was consumed by the black ooze.
Alright, so how is this gonna differ?
Upon waking in that infinite ocean of blackness, Harry thought that he had died. Well, I hope it was worth something at least, he thought.
Yeah, so far it's the same, just the different characters swapped in, right? They've been saying the same stuff. There's gotta be a twist with it. There's gotta be, right?
He was waiting to see the light at the end of the tunnel when a voice surprised him. One he recognized instantly.
Who's here,
My
Lady?
voice.
Ah, his wife's.
Harry,
Nora?
I'm so glad to see you, my dear old pal.
Nora? Nora! Am I dreaming?
No, you're not dreaming.
Then I'm dead, right?
No, you're not dead either.
I don't understand, Nora. Everything is so confusing.
Easy, Harry. We've got plenty of time. Ask whatever you need to ask.
Where am I? Where are we? What is this place?
This, Harry, is the Ichor, a place beyond time and space. And now you're connected.
Connected to whom? To you?
To the Elder God. Both of us are.
What or who is this Elder God?
It's hard to provide a simple answer to such a complicated question, Harry. The Elder God has gone by many names throughout the ages. Amaterasu, Terrans, Kor Yithar, Kailamanu. His judgment is inscrutable, at times even incomprehensible. And in some way, those of us who are part of him are connected, beyond time and space. I don't know, Harry. Maybe the Elder God is simply God.
Oh. I'll get him a lot more detail with this because his wife was more technical, right? Rather than Evie's dad, who is a mechanic, and he didn't understand it. She does.
What does the Elder God want?
To offer you its gratitude. It's what I've been trying to tell you ever since you and I parted ways.
The shadows. That was you?
Exactly. But it isn't easy to communicate with someone outside the Ichor. And I'll admit, an oily shadow probably wasn't the sight you were hoping for.
Oh, that was her.
And why is the Elder God grateful to me?
The Yithians sustained their energy by channeling the Black Ichor. The Ichor is the essence of the Elder God. That process caused him immense pain and suffering, but you've put an end to it. You've given the Great Race another way to transfer their consciousness. And now they live beyond time and space, connected to the Elder God.
But Nora, I haven't done anything beyond stopping that kook Bowen.
But you will. And at the same time, you've already done it.
Nora, I don't think I follow.
Harry, it takes a while to understand what beyond time and space means. But you will, my love. Believe me.
How is it possible that I didn't die? I'm covered in that black ooze.
The blood of the Elder God does not harm those who are connected to him. That's why it didn't harm me on the island, That's why you sent me there, remember? To be who I really was? Now he can't and won't hurt you either. Because connected to him is someone who loves you and protects you. And that's me, Harry.
Who is, or was, Dr. West? Is it you?
No, Harry. I'm just a humble art teacher from Newburyport. Don't worry. Dr. West will be waiting for you when you wake up.
That means I can't stay here with you, can I?
Harry, you're already here with me, my love. We've been together for all eternity.
What?
But you need to go back to your time now. There's a life waiting for you, an important task you have to carry out, and people who depend on you. Evie will need your help, and you'll only be able to help her if you live a whole life. Will you promise me that?
Yes, I promise.
And one more thing. Tell Evie Papa is waiting for her at the Benoit house with the whole family. She'll know what it means.
I'll tell her.
Well, I guess this is goodbye, old pal. For now.
I love you so much, Nora. I'm going to miss you terribly.
Don't be sad, Harry. It's only a matter of time. A matter of time and space. And remember, I love you too, Harry.
Harry, Harry, can you hear me?
Oh no.
You did it, Professor. You saved us all.
Don't come any closer, Evangeline. I'm covered in...
Do not worry. She is also connected to the Icor, Professor Everhart.
Harry couldn't believe his eyes. That was Caleb Bowen in that ridiculous Egyptian costume. Somehow he had survived the consciousness transfer.
Bowen? No. What is he doing here?
No, Professor, it's not what it looks like. It's...
My race is deeply grateful to you both.
Harry understood at once who was now occupying Caleb Bowen's body.
The loop is in the process of closure. That is optimal. But we must continue working.
Process of closure? What are you talking about?
Do not worry. What comes next will be far easier. We only need to follow the plan you and I laid out the first time you contacted me. Dr. West.
Alright, so there wasn't a good ending and a bad ending. There was just two endings that were both good, right? They're both good endings. I think I prefer that one. Because that kind of gives a bit more closure for the first game too. Because you played as Nora in the first game. And Evie's cool, but she's a new character for this one. Nora was in the character you played in the first game, so his ending kind of connects better to that, right? I mean, they even reference, stuff that happened there when in that ending, so that was good. I like it. No bad ending, right? So unless you get a bad ending here, but it looks like two good endings. We like that. That's good. Dr. Evangeline West, selected for the Apollo space program. Yes. Caleb Bowen donated his buildings to NASA. Yes. Yes, it's pretty much all the same, apart from the person that went. The person that went in and spoke to, like a lost loved one, right? Her dad or his wife. Other than that, it's the same thing. So when she come back in time and told him that he needed to let her sacrifice herself, it's because she knew that worked. I guess, right? She's probably done that before. She knew that would be working. And him doing it might not. Although, they did, right? They did. They both did.
Harry,
both outcomes.
We've never talked about it, but when the moment comes and I make the mind transfer, Don't you think it would be easier if...
If you explain to my 1957 self who you are and what's going to happen in the future?
Yes.
What if something goes wrong with the loop because of that change? Wouldn't it break the space-time continuum?
Well, I'm not sure. I just wanted to spare you that unnecessary distress and...
I'll handle it, Evie. You know it. It's already happened. Better not to take any risks.
I guess you're right, Harry. And as you say, if we're still here, it's because it already happened.
Alright, so what's her ending then?
Harry Everhart died at 12:30 on May 6, 1983. Moments after dying, Harry opened his eyes.
What happened? Where am I? I'm in Englewood. I'm
I
young
thought
again.
we might have seen her go and see her,
Good morning, sleepyhead.
go see her dad.
Nora? Nora!
Heavens! You're certainly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed today. Maybe I should not let you sleep in so much.
Nora! Your hands are...
What? What's wrong with my hands? I promise I washed them before making breakfast.
But what about your illness?
What illness? What are you talking about? I'm healthy as a horse. Hey, don't get used to me bringing you breakfast, okay? I'll be out on the porch. We've got a long day ahead of us. And all the time in the world, old pal.
I thought that might have been slightly different. Because in the first one, when you go as her, she, you know, she gets told, tell him to meet his wife at Englewood, which is where he just did after he died. So I guess that just means that when she finally dies, he will meet her papa, right? Hey, that was good. That was good. Another one in the books. That was that probably about 8 hours we spent on that. That was very, very cool. I like it. And I mean, after the first game was good. I didn't realize after the first game it was a little open-ended. We didn't know there was going to be a second one. There is. So I don't think there can be a third one though. But you never know. You never really know.